Hey, I'm Kai, and if you came to this video expecting clean tones, solos, and bends, I'd suggest closing the tab now. This is what the Pariah sounds like with my solar baritone in drop G. So the Swollen Pickle is probably one of the first modded Big Muff circuits, and it's only recently come into light in the hardcore scene with the producer Will Putney famously using it for Knocked Loose. Now Will Putney teamed up with Kurt Ballou from God City Instruments to create the Pariah pedal, a sort of modern hardcore take on the Swollen Pickle pedal. It's been tweaked specifically to work better with high gain amps than the Swollen Pickle did, as the Swollen Pickle was sort of meant to be a Big Muff does it all that just happened to work well for high gain amps. It did take me a while to get my hands on the Pariah pedal. I tried a few times to get them when they were in stock, but they just sell out so fast that it's really hard to get them. I managed to find one on the used market, so now I've finally got my own one, but it's not easy if you do want to buy one of these. So the rig I've got for today's video is my PRS S2, which is currently tuned to drop C with the Sentient Pegasus pickup set. It's got the Evertune bridge on it as well. I was going to do the whole video in drop G with the solar, but since Will Putney plays in drop C in the band End and mainly uses the Pariah pedal as his always-on pedal for this sound, I figured drop C is probably going to be the most comfortable place for this pedal. Before I get into too many of the tones with the pedal, I do need to show you my dry tone as always. This is the ML Sound Lab Amped Block Letter plugin, and we've got the drive disabled for now, but I'll kick that on later in the video. I'm not going to do a deep dive into the Swollen Pickle in this video, it's really just here for comparison's sake. If you'd like to check out my full review of the Swollen Pickle, there'll be a link in the description box down below for you to check out my review. Much like the Swollen Pickle, the God City Pariah has a volume knob, a gain knob, and a mid-unscoop knob. This is a very important knob to have if you're using the Big Muff for metal, as the classic Big Muff circuits are super mid-scooped. I'll quickly show you how the mid-scoop, volume, and gain play together before we dive into some of the other EQ settings on this pedal. The tilt knob is, as named, a tilt EQ. This adjusts the balance between brightness and darkness in your guitar tone. Let's sweep through this one quickly and I'll show you what that's doing. Now this pedal is squealing a bit, but I think that's my power supply, so we're just going to turn the gate on the amp up nice and high and ignore that for now. For what it's worth, it runs fine on my pedal board. The shift switch is a 3-position switch that changes where the midpoint is of this tilt EQ. I'll dial in a different tone for each of the 3 positions on this 3-position switch, and then we'll go and compare it against the Swollen Pickle. So that was position 1, we're now going to hear position 2. Finally, we'll check out position 3. This is my personal favourite. For comparison's sake, I'm going to A-B it against the Swollen Pickle, just in the normal way that I have these Swollen Pickles set up. Let me know in the comments which one of those was your favourite. We're now going to move over to the boosted version of this block letter amp. Okay, now boosted with the Pariah. Let's also dial something in for the Swollen Pickle into the boosted amp. So onto the sort of review section of this video, I suppose. It seems like the Swollen Pickle has a couple of settings that work really nicely for hardcore, while the Pariah has nothing but. Personally, in terms of running into a high gain amp, the Pariah can do everything the Swollen Pickle can do, plus a little bit more. It maybe can't get quite as thick as the Swollen Pickle can, but that's not necessarily a desirable element when you're running into a high gain amp, as you'll have a lot of problems clashing with the bass. Now, I haven't tried the Pariah into a clean amp to see if it can do the big muff thing like the Swollen Pickle can, but I would put my money on the Swollen Pickle to win that shootout. I will say both of these pedals are absolutely disgusting, and if you need a pedal to just stomp on and get awful tones that work brilliantly for hardcore, either of these are going to do a great service. Generally, in terms of playing through these pedals, I do find myself preferring playing to the Swollen Pickle, but I know that the Pariah would work better, so it's sort of a toss-up. I can't really choose which one I'd keep and which one I'd get rid of. So I guess I'm probably going to get rid of the Swollen Pickle, since the Pariah is much harder to come by. Now, before I close out this video, I'd be silly not to try stacking them together, since I've got them both on my desk. This is going to be the absolute noisiest that this is going to get, so be warned. Yeah, that was exactly as much fun as I'd expected it to be. I did quite enjoy that. So checking out both of these pedals together has been a ton of fun and quite an eye-opening experience, really. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video, I do appreciate that a lot. There's going to be a link on screen to another one of my videos. This is going to be YouTube's algorithm deciding which of my videos will be best for you. Feel free to check that one out if you'd like, or you can check out the Swollen Pickle link in the description box down below. That's everything I've got for this video, so thank you for watching. I've been Kai.